A few years ago, I felt a bit cornered. I felt a bit pressured. I had longing for doing things that makes me happy and makes me enjoy my life. And I kind of went into a journey and found a solution. I remember it started with me and a really dear friend of mine. We met once a week in swimming pool, indoor swimming pool in Denmark. And we sat there in the warm water one day talking about finding the balance in giving and receiving. I kind of felt that the reason why I didn't live a healthy enough life, the reason why I didn't feel recharged, filled up with the joy and happiness, and the reason why I didn't really have the energy to follow my dreams and make things come true was kind of a feeling of burnout, And I had to start looking into what this burnout was about. And I have been the type of person who has like a really big superpower inner manager type of personality thing within me, just part of me, I can do other things as well. But the type of person who is really extremely loyal at work and doing this little bit extra and being a bit overly responsible and filling the gaps wherever there was gaps and planning ahead, like months ahead, and always seeing worst case scenarios and making sure that everything stays all right and la-di-da. That kind of person. And at the same time, I felt that there was a lot of rigid rules at my job, and at the end of the day, there was not balance in giving and receiving. So I was kind of overgiving all the time. And if you are kind of overgiving all the time, taking too much responsibility, not just in like physical tasks, but in more psychological ways as well, that can lead to burnout if it's not balanced. So this friend of mine and I, in the swimming pool once a week, we started having these deep conversations, about what we actually dream about and how to do it. And that's when we kind of invented, probably not the first in the world, but kind of invented the word me time. Me time and we time. We time came on later. But she was kind of asking me, okay, so what does recharge your batteries? And I was like, this does, having meaningful conversations in a pool of warm water. That really makes my heart sing. That recharges me. But I've always been like, if I am at the edge of burnout or just really haven't recharged in a long time, the first thing that goes right down the priority list is being healthy, exercising, doing cozy things. It will be, or creative things, creating things. My creativity goes away, It's like when I really hit the rock bottom of my battery, then I will go to my coping strategies. That's it. I go to my coping strategies. And my coping strategies, they will be snacking too much. They will be serious binging, doom scrolling, stuff that really grills my nervous system instead of actually relaxing it. But it's kind of survival mode thing. And as well as, actually starting to prioritize my own time. It's also about changing perspective in the psychological approach in life. What tasks do I take on? What is my responsibility? Should I say my opinion or take responsibility for this and that or not? So it always begins with awareness, and I started being more aware of what I wanted to get into and what I did not want to get into, both at work and in relations with different people. And the me time thing really became a thing as well, like putting me time into my calendar and actually starting to say no to things, say no to people. Say, for example, I was doing nothing yesterday, but I didn't finish, so I can't tomorrow either. Sorry, without feeling guilt about it. But I realized one day sitting in that pool with my friend that I actually have to take my own me time just as serious as any other, as any other schedule thing I have with other people. I have to take it just as seriously. As long as I don't do that, nothing is going to change. So that was kind of an eye opener. And sometimes it's like, oh, well, that's logical, isn't it? You kind of know it, but you don't really know it. It hasn't landed in your body. And when it does, it's like, whoa, I thought I knew this, but now I know this. So it was kind of an epiphany. I have to take my own time just as serious. I have to schedule myself in my calendar and have empty days in my calendar. And then it will make room for spontaneity. Then maybe I feel like being social or doing this or that, and committing to something more spontaneously, because it comes from a different place. It comes from a place of excess energy and fulfillment and happiness, or at least not from burnout. Oof, that was a big humblebee. Yeah. So I went through a journey a couple of years where I really had to learn when to say yes and when to say no, and when to stop being controlling, and when to stop being identified with this inner superpower manager, and then slowly letting it unfold, this creativity that wakes up and wants to follow dreams and do things. So maybe you have seen this beautiful car in the background. That's one thing that actually came out of it. I bought this vintage ambulance with my husband and my cat Feta, and we have converted it, and I take so much me time now whenever I can in this one. I will turn around the camera and show you so it's not mirror effect. Me time. So, my channel is about personal growth, meaningful life, and everyday happiness. And I mean, why do you want to do personal growth? Because it ultimately leads to everyday happiness. That's my take on it anyway, and my experience. And of course, in this situation, I was thinking about why am I so much in control? Why do I plan so much ahead? Why do I have, like, you know, the vision and the eight-armed octopus that can plan and see everything that needs to be done ahead and can go wrong? Why am I like that? On one hand, it's a superpower, and I used to be, many years ago, a kitchen leader at a boarding school, making 6 meals a day for 100 people, and it's really good to be able to do that in that situation. But when it gets, when it's like overdone, when it's overly done, one thing is it can become annoying for your surroundings, actually, for my surroundings. When I told my kids, they're grown up, but when I told my kids that I was working on this issue, they were like, "Oh, thank God, Mom." Because they have felt pressured by that. Because when I have a blind spot like that, I will also project things onto other people that I'm not aware of. So they have felt pressured by that side of me when that came out of the darkness, you know. And I don't know, love, approval, appreciation, kind of an unknown justification of me being here in the world or whatever. But anyway, I realized that it was when it was done on autopilot, then it was not serving me. Then it actually led to my feeling burnout, to me not being able to release my creativity and follow my dreams and do all the things in life that was good for me. In some ways, it's still a superpower and I can use it, but it's so much different when it's used consciously. When I decide in this matter, it's really good, it comes in handy, I can use that as a resource. But no more letting it lead my life and letting me lead to burnout and overdoing things for other people. And on top of that, feeling that there is no balance because they don't give back. Or my job has a lot of rigid rules and I give too much and they pay too little and they don't appreciate, blah, blah. You know, that kind of stuff. That was it. But ultimately, it releases energy and happiness. And look at this beauty, Daisy, and my beautiful cat. You like being out on a trip in Daisy, huh? Also, we only had this van out of winter storage like 2 weeks ago, and I have been afraid of driving it, but I did it anyway. As soon as we got it out of winter storage, I think already the next day, and I've made another video about that if you want to see it, being scared and doing it anyway. Because I really had this longing of doing trips like this. Go to the beach. We're only 2 kilometers from my home. This is my neighborhood. Taking my cat, taking my van, taking my little speaker so I can listen to podcasts and I can make a YouTube video, look at the ocean, crochet. Oh my God, I love it. It makes my heart sing. And personal growth is a really good thing. It's a really good thing to do every time I feel that I have, like, you know, stone in my shoe, every time I feel limited, every time I feel that something is nagging and it's like stopping the flow of my life. I will look into it. I will deal with it. I will try to work through it. And ultimately, because I have a longing for freedom and creativity and sharing things with you guys. That's my new thing. That's my YouTube. And it's so much fun. It's also a really steep learning curve, but it's enjoyable. I like it. And I so much hope that I will reach someone out there that gets inspired, that resonates with this, that knows it from their own lives, and wants to connect and kind of inspire and co-create. I believe that we are ultimately following each other home as human beings. And there's so much bad in the world. We want to do good here. We want to do good on this channel. We want to have a good time. We want to crochet. We want to connect, co-create, and coexist. And have coziness. And cats, never forget cats. If you would like to support this channel in growing, please like and subscribe. It would be so much appreciated. And if you know things from your own life that you would like to share, I will read your comments and I would love to hear about it. So please comment below. Thank you very much for watching.